Yeah, I don't know if I should be saying that, but fuck, all good. I didn't want to play it too safe. Gotta throw some people under the bus, right?
All right, let's get it popping. We got Patrick Praman in the building. What's going on, man?
What up, guys?
Dude, we were supposed to have you at the Bunt Jam last year, but you got hurt, and you were showing us your jersey beforehand, man. Bust that thing out again.
I have to, huh?
God
This is it.
damn.
Got the reel in the front.
Now, did you pick 23
I picked 23.
for Jordan or for LeBron?
No, not for Jordan or LeBron. It's just like 23's been like my lucky number, so that's why I picked it. But then
Okay.
it's Jordan's number and LeBron's number, so it looks like I'm just like that's why. But it's not, I swear.
Is it your roulette number? What's going on, man?
It's my birthday. I was born on the 23rd of September, and you know how some numbers just kind of like pop up in your life like all the time, like randomly, you just see it throughout.
Yeah.
Like 23 is just always like been like a number that's popped up in my life.
Nice.
I swear it sounds crazy, but yeah.
I don't know if that would have been enough luck for the real team to win anything, but we
Apparently
missed
not,
you.
dude. I don't think I would have even helped out, to be honest. They don't even need me. It's all good.
It would have been nice, though. So, Patrick, we start every show off the same. Hit us with your favorite skate moment and your favorite sports moment.
Favorite sports moment, probably going to like my mom used to get really good season tickets to like the Caps,
Ooh.
like the DC like hockey team.
Mm-hmm.
So just watching that, like watching hockey live is like super fun.
Yeah.
But maybe like a moment in general that like I wasn't there for or anything, like probably Messi winning like the World Cup with like Argentina. That was pretty epic.
Yeah, that's massive.
And then favorite skate moment, probably this past New Balance trip, getting to go skate Thailand, like for the first time ever. I was like born there, and yeah, I never got to like skate it until like this past trip, so it was really exciting. Like it was really cool.
So take us back to the beginning. Where'd you grow up and how'd you get into skating?
I grew up in Virginia, Springfield, Virginia, which is like I feel like when everyone hears Virginia, they think of like Virginia Beach or like Richmond, but it's like a little bit below DC, like 10 minutes below DC. So I grew up skating there and just like the city a bunch.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So, what would you consider your first big break in the skate industry, man? How'd the ball get rolling for you?
I want to say getting on reel was probably the first big break,
Mm-hmm.
and then everything kind of like happened right after that. But I was flow for like fuck. I was flow for like 4 years, so it
Damn.
took some time.
Mm-hmm.
I got boards when I was like 20, and I got on when I was like 24. But I made the move out to California when I was like 22, so it took like kind of like 2 years to like skate with the team and like get to know everyone, and then film like the first project, and like yeah, so it took some time. But I think getting on reel was like my first like big break.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's a massive one.
What was it like once you moved there and you weren't on the team? Did you have to get a job or anything? It's kind of always interesting when you kind of move to California to kind of go after the dream, but there's that like awkward in between phase before you might have a shoe deal or something. Like, what was the situation?
I mean, I was like, dude, I was working a job. So I was going to school. I finished high school when I was going to college for a little bit, and I was working a job the whole time. Like I was working on a military base, like stocking shelves overnight and shit.
Damn.
And doing that, I would like was going to school, and then on the weekends I would go and skate, like taking the bus to like North Carolina every other weekend to go film. And then when I moved out here, so I had like a little routine back home, which is really nice, where I was like working and I was making money and I was going to school and I was like filming and skating. And then when I moved out here, I had to kind of like find a new, like it kind of shifted. I had to find a new job, and I worked at a Staples for a little bit. My
Nice.
friends got me the hookup at a Staples, and dude, I was like getting Nike flows. I was just selling dunks on the side to like get by, and just like anything to like
Yeah.
whatever, anything to get by. And
You're
then
hustling.
yeah, I started skating for like the Thailand like Olympic team, like their qualifier team, the national team or whatever, and they were paying me like a little bit like on the side. So that helped out a lot. But yeah, it was just a struggle. I was like living in a studio with like my my photographer roommate, and like yeah, working at Staples and just like skating when I can.
Damn.
Dude, honestly, that's pretty awesome, and I think it's good for any like young people listening to hear like how real it is. Like it's not just, you know, if you're gonna move there at a young age and like reset your life, it's not just all cookies and cream, bro. You gotta.
No, not at all,
It's
dude.
real life out there too, man. Even in
Oh
Cali.
I
yeah.
mean, like, dude, real life is like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of skaters have never really experienced it. Like working a job and like going to school, like that shit takes full effort, you know? Anything
Oh
you do,
yeah.
it takes like full effort. If I could choose and I could, you know, put full effort into skating, like that's like the goal, you know? But like
Hmm.
that shit's a job. Like anything's a job, anything's gonna be a job. Like you gotta just like make it work.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it was rough. It was rough for sure for a
Yeah.
little bit.
You
Yeah.
got any Staples stories or what?
Do you guys know who Julian Lewis is? He skates for like Foundation and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Etnies.
So gnarly.
Um, yeah, and then do you guys know who Alex? I don't know say his last name. He's the homie, Alex Labasiuk. He's rides for like Adidas and like Habitat. He's like out of like Portland. So we had like a cool little squad of skaters that like worked at the Staples. Um,
That's
so just
sick.
like being around those dudes, there was like a few skaters that worked there. So it was just funny to like you walked in, you just see all these skaters in like a button up, tucked in, fucking trying to sell you a printer and shit, you know?
Yeah. That's
Um,
epic.
the only thing that I can remember from there really is like, dude, standing on your feet for like 9 hours in shitty like non-slip shoes. That shit was like fucking
Yeah.
up my ankle.
Oh no.
Um, so once
And
I
then
left
trying to
that, I was
skate
like,
after.
yeah. And then trying to skate after, you're just like, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with my ankle? Like it's tweaking. And then when I left the job, I was like, oh, that's why. Like I was just standing
Yeah.
like in these shitty shoes for like 9 hours, you know?
Yeah.
Damn. That's one of those
Yeah.
ones where all three of you are in a race to quit. Like trying to make it happen in this in the skate world. Like, oh shit, it's your last week. Congrats, dog. Fuck.
I think we was all just trying to like get by, dude, for
Yeah.
real. I think when I first moved out here, it was kind of like it's been a few years now, but like I feel like we were all in the same space where like everyone's just trying to like float and like skate and like we're all new here and we're all trying to like make some money to just like get by. So it was all
Hmm.
like, you know, I'd go pick these dudes up to go to work or like it was really cool. But yeah, everyone's trying to get the fuck out of there. Once I left, I was like, I'm not going back.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Retail jobs ain't easy, man. Dealing with the
Not at
people.
all. Not at all.
So, what was it like being on your first real trip with the big squad? We heard at one point you were nursing a pretty epic hangover, man.
Oh my God. We went to Texas. We went to Austin for my first real trip. The crew was super sick and it was really fun, but definitely like uh my first like I didn't really drink or party like when I was living in Virginia. So like my first times like really doing that was like with those guys and I definitely try to keep up and I
That's
and I
a
didn't
recipe
really
for
kill it that
disaster.
hard.
Yeah.
We like fuck, I don't even know how the night went, but like that trip was fucked. And it was awesome, but definitely like definitely partied that trip for sure. I remember one of the nights like someone's birthday, we went out to like a strip club or something and like we came back and like they're all playing like beer pong or some shit and like in this kitchen like there was like an island in the middle of the kitchen and I fucking like on the other side of the kitchen I'm like knocked out on the couch and they're like pick me up. There's a video of them picking me up and they're like tucking me in bed.
That's
Yeah.
nice, man.
So like and I've never heard the end of it since.
Yeah.
Yeah, that trip was fucked. It was so fun though.
Mhm. Getting sponsored by Uber Eats would be an unreal hookup. Tim Fulton, the real TM, good friend of the show, did his best to hook you up, but why was he sponsoring your Uber Eats purchases, man?
Dude, so it was God, I feel so bad. It was we were on a trip in Paris and his phone wasn't working or something, so he was like, "Let me put my like the deluxe card in your phone and we can like order whatever from here."
Hmm.
And I was like, "All right, sick." And like we ordered some food for the night or whatever. The trip goes on, I come home. Uh, I don't know. When you're traveling all the time too, it's so hard to cook and sometimes you just want to like
Yeah.
chill and order some food or whatever. And I was just ordering food. I was ordering Uber Eats for a while, like maybe like a few weeks or something. I don't even know how long. And I was like looking at my account and I was like, it's not charging me. What the fuck? Like it wasn't charging my credit card. It wasn't charging my debit card. I was like, what the fuck? Like I've been ordering Uber Eats like, and I go on the account and I'm like, I don't even recognize his number on this card. Like whose card is this? Like I've been running up Uber Eats in this card, and then I put the zip code in and it says like SF. I was like, fuck, it's definitely the deluxe card for sure. So I had to call Tim and I was like, dude, I think I've been like running up, I think I've been running up Uber Eats on the deluxe card, dude. I'm sorry, like, fuck. And he's like, really? What it, like, yeah, just send me the receipt for whatever you bought. And I was like, dude, it's a bunch of a bunch of receipts. Like, it's not just one.
It's like weeks worth, bro. Oh,
Yeah, and I was
shit.
like, and then like, and then after that, I haven't even been ordering Uber Eats. I was like, damn, I was like on a bad roll, dude. That was like bad.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I sent all the receipts to Deluxe or to Tim, and I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. Like, fuck. But I was like, I don't know. He was like, no, it's all good. Like, I should have checked your phone because I think he put it on Nicole's phone too
Mm.
to like so she could order food. And I was like, yeah, I just spaced out. Like,
Yeah.
but I was running it up where I was like, why is this shit not charging my card? Like, what the fuck?
That's so sick.
That's a
But
nice
I was running up
hack.
the company card.
Yeah.
I felt so stupid when I found out, dude.
Did Tim make you pay it back, or it was all good?
No, it's been all good so far, but I might get a little. I don't know. Probably get a little bill later from
Yeah.
them. I don't. And if I do, it's all good. I get it, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Shit.
he was like, "Oh, it's all good. Like, don't worry. Like, wait, what'd you buy?" And I was like, "Fuck these things." Like,
Damn, maybe
Oh,
we shouldn't
shit.
have aired you out. Our bad.
Yeah.
Jim, you didn't hear that.
My bad, Jim. Fuck.
What was good with the hotel you and Herman tried to stay at in Copenhagen? We heard you guys had to move rooms
Oh my
multiple
God, dude.
times.
It was fucked. It was so shitty, dude. If you guys are ever in Copenhagen, do not stay in the cabin inn. That's like what it's called.
Yeah.
So we checked. We got there. I got there pretty late. He flew in. We got on a different flight somehow. He flew in early. He checked in. I got there pretty late, and then I pulled up. He like went to go hang out with some chick or whatever. So I kind of just got ready for bed. And dude, I remember waking up at like 3 a.m. just like itching, just like all over my
Oh,
body. And
Oh no.
I was like, fuck. Like, am I like? I thought I was just like maybe like like didn't shower from the airport or like like my clothes or maybe the fabric of the sheets or whatever. And then kept itching and I was like, no, this is like I felt this shit before because and then I looked at like my rash and I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, dude, it's bed bugs for sure.
oh
Like it's
God.
bed bugs for sure. And I like turned the flash on, try to find anything,
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't see any of them. And I turned around and I like pulled my pillow up and like I looked in the corner of the bed and I saw one and I was like,
You're
Oh.
done.
fuck.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I was like, for fuck. And I had like, dude, I unpacked. I had like all my dirty clothes under the bed. I had like my luggage all spread out. I had like, dude, I like woke up so bummed. And I woke up Herman and he's just like so dazed. And I'm like, dude, we gotta get out of here. Like this place is fucked. And he's like, and at this point he hasn't seen anything yet. So he's just like, no, we're all good. I'm like, no, dude, I'm getting fucked up. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, and at this point I was like red, like everywhere. Like
Oh.
I was getting bit. And I don't know how he never got bit. He was like chilling. And I was like, what the fuck? And then, so he believed me. And then he believed me, but he was still kind of out of it. But I was kind of like tweaking. I was like, dude, we need to get out of here. So I went downstairs and I was like, hey, like, hon, this is the worst shit. We got a little room. The first time we got a little room and we checked in and I was like, bro, this shit is too tiny. I can't even like open my luggage. Like, I'm gonna go pay for an upgrade. And the upgraded room was the fucking bed bug room.
Oh.
And it was like, so that's already 2 rooms that night. I go back downstairs. I'm like, hey, this room has bed bugs. Like, we're not staying here. Like, can you put me in another room? And so they switched us to another room, with just like a few floors up. At this point, it was like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and I'm like so tired. I have like all my shit everywhere, yada yada. And we get to this other room, and I'm like putting all my shit down, and I'm like, fuck, like he still kind of didn't believe me, and I was like, all right, like I'm going through my shit, and I open my I have like these like Normatec legs, like the fucking
Yeah. Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about, the big boots or
Mm-hmm.
the space legs or whatever, like the like
Mhm.
compression legs, and I open it up, and dude, the biggest fucking bed bug just fell out of my legs, and I was like,
Oh.
Herman, you see? I was like, this is dude, they're here, bro. And he was like, fuck, and then like started looking up like bed bugs and like signs of like bed bugs in a hotel room, and they leave these like spots whenever they like whenever they're there, like maybe it's like their poop or their whatever. And I just looked around the bed and I was like, yep, there fucking is bed bugs here for sure. And he saw that one, and then when he saw that one, he was like, yeah, like we gotta get out of here.
Mhm.
And then like that room that they switched us to had like it's like little blood marks on the bed sheets, and then there's already a fucking bed bug in there. And I was like, all right, do we need to go to another room? And then I went and switched us to another room. This is already like 4 a.m. and I'm like,
Jesus.
yeah, and I'm like, and then by the time I got in there, I was like, we gotta just get out of here, dude. I can't do this anymore.
Mhm.
Like, and every time I switched rooms, my shit just kept getting spread out more and more. So, and I was just like, so, dude, it was such like it was so annoying.
Yeah.
And so so it's like, we got all our shit, went to the lobby, and at this point, it's maybe like 5 a.m. And we just like put all the shit on the floor, and we went through everything. I was like, I was like, we gotta do laundry, but let's just like look through all our shit and just make sure there's no bed bugs in here. And it's just me and Herman in this fucking hotel lobby at 5 a.m. in Copenhagen, just like
Oh,
throwing our boxers everywhere and our
fucking
socks
hell.
Oh,
everywhere. And then I'm
Exterminating.
like, dude, like we don't. I'm like, we deserve like a beast ass room. Like fuck this. So we just like booked this really nice ass hotel, but we couldn't check in until like 3. So we just like we got an Uber to this hotel, and we just like slept in the lobby from like 8 to like 3.
that's
It was
fucking
fucked.
brutal.
And I have this photo of Herman, and like I think during that time like we both woke up, and I had this photo of him, and he just looks fucked. He's just like all like tired, and like we're just in this random hotel lobby, and like dude, yeah. It's funny now like looking back
Yeah,
at it,
yeah.
but like it was miserable, dude. It was so shitty.
That's
Shit,
a
dang.
nightmare. Fuck.
Yeah, I've gotten bed bugs before on a skate trip a while back, and like it brought back so much like PTSD almost,
Mm-hmm.
like because it was so shitty. And then for that to happen again, I was so bummed, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Fuck
Yeah.
that.
So if you're in Copenhagen, do not stay in the Cabin Inn. Like, don't.
The fucking worst Yelp review you can give, man.
Yeah,
Bed bugs.
Bro,
I'm gonna thank Tim for that one.
the PTSD with that shit is real because I remember when I was like 19, I went to San Francisco and stayed at the Green Tortoise and had them there first time of my life, and I just didn't know what was going on. I was so confused, and then like it like scarred me for so long. Anytime I'd be itchy in bed, like for like years after that, I was like
Freaking out.
just paranoid as fuck.
Yeah.
It's so brutal.
Yeah, it's so shitty, dude.
Yeah, that sucks, dog.
Donovan, you ever had bed bugs
Nah, no
ever?
bed bugs, man. Don't fucking jinx me with that shit.
Nah, you're good,
Yeah.
dude. Then yeah, keep the record going.
No, thanks, man.
Yeah, it's tough though. Like skate trips, it's kind of out of your control. Just so many Airbnbs and hotels and stuff. Like, yeah,
For sure. And like they've told me they've stayed at that hotel before and it was chill. Um, so I was like kind of caught off guard with that one. But then I looked it up like when it was all happening, and there was like cabin in, like bed bugs, cabin like just
Oh,
like all these articles, and I was like, fuck, bro. Like, so I think if anything that's taught me is just like if you're on a skate trip and like you're able to afford it, like it's so worth it to just stay at a nice place and just have like a better trip,
mhm.
you
hmm
know? Like I'm not gonna worry about any of that shit. I can sleep good and I can like skate better. Like it's so worth it.
Yeah.
yeah, hundred
Because that
percent.
took out like a whole day for us, you know? Like we checked in at 3, and at that point I remember like talking to Herman, and then we're just like by the time we checked in, we're just like, I feel fucked. I want to go to sleep still. Like our days like out of that trip was just gone, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of trips, hopefully this one doesn't have any PTSD related to it. But you were on a trip to Dubai for the World Skate Contest, but the homie Bailey said that something else out there caught your attention, and you were FaceTiming him daily, showing off the new bling. What was popping in Dubai, man?
Uh, dude, the God, he's an idiot. There's a really big gold market out there, maybe like the biggest gold market in the world, I think. And a bunch of the skaters were talking about going, like I think Deshaun and like Shane were talking about going, and they never went. And I think I was more just like interested in it, like so I wanted to just go and see it, you know. And like you can go over there and like bargain with them, and yeah, I just like went there a few times and like got some rings, got some necklaces, and got some
Sick.
gifts for like my girlfriend and like um it was really cool. Like that was like my first experience like buying like gold, like real gold,
Mhm.
really. And
Nice. Now you got all types
yeah,
of rings and necklaces, eh? You got hooked.
yeah, we got some stuff. Um I was like talking to my mom about it, and she was like, I thought she was gonna be bummed because like I knew I spent some money or whatever, but she was like, oh, like she was like thought it was the most like mature thing. She was like, oh, it's like I'm so proud of you, like what kind of gold did you get? What kind of quality? Like because she's like it's gonna hold its value, and I can sell it off whenever I want or whatever, you know.
Hmm.
Um, and like the gold market at that time too over there was really cheap, so it was like yeah, it was pretty fun. And just seeing all the cool designs and like I've always liked jewelry, but I've never like really like spent money on it like that. And I didn't even go too crazy, but it was just cool to like just go out there and shop and like that was like my first experience of that.
Damn, that sounds
But
dope. I gotta pull up.
yeah, I was like showing I mean I got Bailey like he doesn't wear gold, but he wears like he can wear silver and I got him like a really nice like bracelet from out there and like so we looked out, you know what I mean? I wasn't just shopping for me.
Hell yeah. Um, Speaking of those contests, though, I can't remember if Thailand was in the Olympics skating for the national team. Like, where did that end up for you?
I mean, it was a really good opportunity. Like but like dude, contests are like so hard. Like and not every country's like promised to make it in, you know?
Hmm.
So how it works is they take top 20 in the world, but in that top 20 there can only be three from each country, you know?
Right.
So yeah, like the cut's pretty slim. Um like it's I think every continent has to be represented, but not every country.
Right.
And yeah, I didn't make it in the first year, but like I wasn't really surprised. But like we tried. It's just like a different kind of skating, dude. It's so like I feel like now more than ever there's such a big divide between street skaters and contest skaters. You have these dudes that
Mhm.
like you probably never heard of and they're fucked, you
Yeah.
know? And they can just drill park like tricks in the park, but like you'll never see like a street part of them.
Hmm.
But dude, it was amazing. And like I missed a few contests this year, so it doesn't make sense for me to like uh pursue it like Paris 2024, but maybe, you know, the next one we can try knocking at that door again. But skating for Thailand was awesome. Like it's an honor to be able to like skate for your country, you know?
For
And I'm
sure.
not really like a contest skater, but I tried and like I think it was really cool exposure and like just meeting people and getting to travel. That was like before I started traveling for like Real and like New Balance and like my sponsors, it was more of like traveling for Thailand to like skate these contests. And I got to go like everywhere, like London, Brazil, China,
Wow.
fuck, the Philippines,
Crazy.
a lot of really like really cool places, man. I'm really grateful to be like to have done it and like in the future if we can still pursue it would be awesome. But I damn near got on New Balance because of like I met those dudes at a contest in Brazil like a few years ago, you know? Um and just like building that relationship like organically. So like yeah, if anything it was more of like exposure and just like getting to be a part of it was really cool.
Mhm.
Yeah. Regardless of skating in the Olympics, just all those countries you named, just getting to visit those places alone is like pretty epic.
Yeah, and it was like I remember it was like pretty hard. They were trying to figure it out because I didn't have a how it works is like you need a passport from that country to be able to skate for the country that you want to represent. And
Mm.
I had a expired like Thai passport because I'm from there, and they were trying to figure it out. And then once we got it renewed, it was like, dude, it was like 0 to 100. Like the next day, I flew out to London, and then it was like London, Brazil,
What?
China, back to Brazil, and then like dude, fuck, where I don't even know where else we went. It was so many places. It was back to back to back contests. Like it was like nonstop, you know.
That's so
And
sick.
it was awesome. It's such a cool experience, but like, yeah, going to all these places and like not being able to like film or street skate was like a little annoying for sure. It was just a really cool experience. Like, I mean, I'm grateful for it.
Well, speaking of Thailand, you mentioned it earlier, but you went on that trip to Bangkok with New Balance. So this time you could skate street, which must have been fun with the squad. How was that trip?
Yeah,
Any highlights you can share?
dude, it was so epic. So I went to Thailand a few years ago. They flew me in for a contest in the Philippines, and they flew me in early to like get me acclimated to the weather and like meet the team and skate with the dudes or whatever. And then I had a day of street skating, like when I went there, and it was just like a little taste, you know. And then so when I came back, it was like really the first time I got to skate this place that I grew up at, and it was such a trip. I like grew up watching all these spots my whole life, and like to finally be there and like able to skate it and like be there with New Balance and like work on that project and like with that squad, like it was dude, it was unreal. I remember they had a summit. New Balance had a summit, which is like their like yearly meeting with like the team or whatever. And I remember Tom Knox was just drilling me like, why haven't you skated Thailand yet? Why, like, you need to go skate in Thailand. You need to go film in Thailand. And I was like, he's like, you can do it. You have the sponsors to do so. Like, you're in control to do so. And I was like, I'm trying, like, just trying to, like, give him the right answers, you know? And then this trip popped up, and I was just like, it kind of just, like, worked out. It just aligned so perfectly. And when I broke my arm in the summer, like, recovering from that, I kind of once I started recovering from this, I was kind of thrown in the fire and like went on like back to back skate trips, and I didn't really feel that good on any of them. Kind of just like getting used to my board again. And then when Thailand came around, I was like, I want to be healthy for this one. I want to be good for this one. Like I want to skate like like as best as I could because I really was just excited to skate Thailand. And yeah, it was epic. We had like 10 or 11 days with the squad out there, and it's really hard to get around in Thailand. Traffic's fucked. So we hit like one or two spots a day, if that. The food's amazing. Massages are amazing.
Oh shit.
We were in like a beach hotel with like a nice pool. Dude, it was so sick. And yeah, after the trip, I stayed after for a little bit with my girlfriend and like hung out with my family out there, and then like flew to Phuket, which is like a really nice beach in Thailand, and just like posted up for like a few days.
Damn.
It was so sick.
Yeah, it looked epic. The spots looked incredible. Um, I love Thai food, so I feel like I got to get out there at some point. Get
Dude,
it.
it's super cheap and the food is amazing. You gotta go for sure.
Yeah, no, it's definitely on the list. Um, can you take us behind the scenes on that nollie heel nose of pain to end the video? That's one of my favorite tricks. I feel like that's like a early 2000s classic trick, but I love seeing the new generation bring it back like it never left. How was that session?
We pulled up pretty late. I was kind of in like their ear the whole time about that hubba, and the homie Jasper who was showing us around, and he skates for New Balance too, so he was like in the video. He was just telling me like it's a super big bus. It's on this platform between two train stations, so it was just like super crowded. And I didn't, and I had photos of it, and I didn't even know if it was like going to be lit up or if it was like going to be skatable still, or like if we even had time to like try it. So we were skating somewhere all day, and I was like, hey, can we make a stop here? Like I would love to just try it. Like I'd love to just get a try of this thing. And we pulled up uh hella late, and we got there, and super packed, like between the two train stations, and the hub was perfect, and I just kind of started throwing it. I was like, we're gonna get kicked out any moment here, like, so I didn't board slide it, I didn't grind it, I just started throwing all hill nose slides with
Sick.
like
Wow.
fresh van legs. Like I didn't even skate or anything. It was like, dude, some tries were so hairball because like I wasn't warmed up, you know.
Yeah.
And I remember when as I was trying it, the security pulls up and he's talking to one of the dudes. And I'm like, fuck, we're getting kicked out. And I think they like kind of talked him a little, like we kind of just like were persistent, and he kind of walked off, and I was like, all right, like I don't really have that many tries left, you know, trying it, and like, dude, the tries got so hairball to the point where I remember I popped one of the nollie heels, and I like my foot went over the hubba. The hubba's like this wide. It's kind of like it's not super wide. It's like this, you know. My
Mm-hmm.
foot went over. I almost sacked the hubba,
Oh,
and
fuck.
I clipped
Oh,
I clipped my toe on the end of the hubba, and like I got rocked, dude. I just slammed the ground, and I was like, dude, I need to like, when you're trying something scary, and you're kind of like you feel like you have like tunnel vision,
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
and you're like breathing all hard, and you're like all anxious, and I was like, I gotta like breathe for a second and like relax. I'm like too anxious right now because I'm rushing myself, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And we got it in by like 20, 25 minutes. We got really lucky with that one. Still never grounded it, still never board slid it. We just got that, shot a few photos and left. But like Yeah, that was like I got pretty lucky with that one. It's you can't see in the footage, but the hubba goes it curves out to the left.
Yeah, I could kind of see
So
it.
I had to
Hmm.
like almost like go at a hard angle to hit it, and also there's this big red tin before it, so you can't even see this hubba. So the whole time I'm just like kind of like popping at it and guessing.
Hmm.
And I've been riding these. I don't know what happened, but the last batch they sent me, the boards were like really steep. And that one board I was skating, I remember like popping the nose and like I would whiff the nollie heel or I would crank it way too high, and I
Right.
was just like, God, I gotta figure this out like right now. And like this board is just like
No
not letting me
pressure.
have it. Yeah.
Damn.
Something about being on a trip and you're like, I'm not fucking coming back here, and like, so we gotta just do this now, you know? Your hands
Hmm.
are kind of like tied, and you're like, yeah, we got pretty lucky with that one for sure. And like to have time to like, yeah, we went there at night and it was lit up, and like to be able to get time, like, dude, we got so lucky, so lucky.
Dude, it's funny hearing the backstory because it sounds way more hectic than like seeing the clip. It looks like a perfect hubba, perfect everything. It sounds like it just would have been straightforward for you, but because I feel like you've done bigger ones. Like, is that Stanford hubba maybe taller? But um, yeah, that's crazy.
It's taller, but we had like, but with Stanford, we had all the time, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
No, it's
Um,
just I don't know. When I watched the clip and I loved it because I love that trick and you did it real well. But I never would have guessed that it was like that hectic behind the scenes to actually do it. So respect.
thank you, dude. I wanted to
Hmm.
nollie heel crook it, but
Damn.
I was like, we don't have time, and like I just know how that trick works. The nollie heel no slide, if you get in, like you're just gonna do it, you know.
Hmm.
But the nollie heel crook, almost like I feel like the stars kind of have to align, and you got to get in that crook perfectly to
Mm.
get out of it, and like, yeah, that was just me being a little greedy. Like I was stoked on nollie heel no slide.
Hell yeah,
For sure.
Enders.
Another one we got to go behind the scenes on is front shove 50 Hollywood, man. Tell us about that.
Uh, I fucking died.
Oh.
It was kind of one of those things that we just talked about for so long, and I kind of just like maybe wrote it off for a while and never really like wanted to pull the trigger on it. And fuck, I forgot what trip it was on, but I remember like coming back and I was like we need to do this. Like I want to do this, and so just kind of like prepared for it for like a week, and I was just drilling front shove grinds the whole time. I remember the night before I went to Primitive Park with Ronnie Kessner, and
Mm.
I just did like dude so many front shove grinds, and drove straight there afterwards, like climbed the fence alone and just like walked up to
Damn.
it and like held my phone like I have a clip of me walking up to it and just being like just so I can get the visual of it, you know? And I was like, this is so
Hmm.
chill. I remember like looking at it like, oh, I'm gonna do this for sure, you know? And we pulled up the next morning, pulled up at like 10, 9:30 maybe. And up top the ground's pretty like mushy. I don't know, they put a new layer on top of it. It's not just concrete anymore. It's like
Uh,
not as mushy as like some playground material shit, but like enough to where it's like when it gets hot, it's like
hmm.
you feel it like when you're popping for sure. So
Hmm.
that's why like Utah when you see dudes like Foy, they go there super early to skate it. And then right when I was trying it, it just like got so hot so fast. And by the time I did it, it was so mushy at that point, you know? But it took so long, dude. I remember like as I was trying it, like my elbow was just a fucking goose egg, like from just slamming on it. And the the one that I landed, I had my board backwards, and I've never done that before.
No way. Did you know?
Um, yeah, I knew. I was getting in the first few tries when I was trying it, and then towards the end, like I wasn't even getting on the rail anymore, and that's when like, dude, the tries got really hectic after that when I wasn't making on the rail, and so I was like, all right, I need to like, I'm already eating shit. I need to like change it up or something. I remember like being on top of the set, and I was trying front shoves with my boards
Mm.
backwards, and maybe because it's more like the nose is steeper, or maybe there's like a my nose is wider, so you just get a better pop or a better snap. And the last three, I tried it with my board backwards, and then the last one we
Damn.
did it. But
Dude, that's insane.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think that was like one of the last few spots where I remember like being up there and when I was trying it, and I was just thinking like, God, like any try, like I'm getting fucked up like it was like kind of stressful. It was more of one of those tricks where like when I landed it, it was like more of a relief than like I
Yeah.
did it. Like I was so
Thank
stoked. It was more
God.
just like fuck, we're done. Like
Hmm.
thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah, like and I ran to the fence too. It was because that trick kind of throws you out that
Hmm.
way anyways.
Hmm.
I'll take it. Like power slid into the fence and like my filmer on. Of course, you want the glory ride, and I feel like a little bit for some time I was like, it's possible, but like with how I do that trick, I just get thrown. Like when I'm on a long rail, I get thrown that way, anyways.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just like something I wanted to like. I've always wanted to skate that rail. I think as a rail skater, you kind of like you want just something on that rail, that hasn't been done yet, and you can claim that it's awesome. But it worked out, and like I went there recently, and I kind of like had thoughts of skating it again, and I was like, I don't even want this smoke. I'm all good.
Yeah, I noticed
uh,
that other one in your, I think, first trick in your like real presents, like Patrick part, the same thing happened to you. It's like that mellow rail. Maybe I can't remember how many stairs it is.
Mirlands.
Yeah, that one
It's
that
like
like sent you to the left as well, and you hit the wall there.
I just that's just how it goes. You go cross lock, and then your weight's like leaning this way already, and like yeah.
Yeah.
And it was more of like, dude, I was not gonna go back up there and try it again because I fucking power slid into the fence. Like at that point, I was like, dude, and I like went on a trip after that, and then I think we had like AM scramble after that. And the whole time, I was like, I feel fucked up. Like that trick took me out for a while. Like fuck my back up for like a little bit, dude.
Damn.
Just like slamming on that thing for so long.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
Watching some of your footage today, I felt bad for you. Like I feel like you have bad luck running into shit. No, like I swear you have bad luck running
uh,
into shit when you get like bangers. Like you nollie flipped that
dude.
double set and rode straight into the car. You like nollie back heeled that big three in San Francisco and rode straight into the sign or like that big ass thing.
Dude,
Like both front shove 50s.
fuck.
Fucking
It's kind of like it's been like an ongoing joke with me and Tim about me just like landing into shit when I land a trick. But like, yeah,
the
it's just
skate
how it goes.
gods.
I don't know.
The skate gods are denying you the full glory on some of these clips.
Dude, they'll bless it sometimes though. Sometimes we get the fucking glory ride, but sometimes like the only thing that's in the way, I'm gonna hit that shit for some reason.
Oh.
Yeah,
Can't take it. Just how it goes.
that was brutal.
You talked about going to P Rod's Park the day before, and you talked about showing up at the set the day before. But one thing you forgot to tell us about was having some questions for the homie Bailey regarding capturing the photo, man. You questioned whether or not he knew how to take a photo of a front shove 50.
I think when you're so nervous, you're kind of just talking, like just asking questions without even like, uh, dude, I didn't have if I had any doubt in him to shoot the photo, I would ask someone else to shoot it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But like, I've shot a few front shove grinds now, and like some photographers like don't get it. It's like a really hard trick to shoot, and it's a
Mhm.
really hard trick to translate and to like to capture it and to know that like without describing it that like you can see that it's a front shove grind. Like
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, I
there's
hear you.
it's like the specific moment you have to capture it where like
It's
you're
on your
catching the
front
board
foot.
but you're not on the rail yet.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, you it's hard to translate sometimes. So I was like, "You got this?" And he was like, and he fucking got so pissed, bro. And I
Yo,
was like, "All right, dude." Like
he
he's
said
like, "All right, watch,
yeah.
watch."
He
yeah.
And
said
like,
you asked him if he wanted to practice, man. Like, do you want to practice?
yeah. And he
Uh,
took that personal for sure.
yeah, yeah. Oh
Damn.
He
man.
hey he killed it, and that's like one of my favorite photos like that like has ever been shot of me. Um,
Iconic spot.
he nailed it. I remember when I was trying it, he was just telling me like he got the photo and he was like, "You have to land this," and that's the worst. It's the worst shit as a skater. God, it's the worst shit as a skater when like the photographer's got it, the filmer's got the angle, and like you're just like, I have to land it now. Like
Yeah.
I'm the missing link,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm trying, bro. Like, and he's like, no, like him and Tim were kind of coaching me through that whole session. And I was like, there definitely were times where I was like, dude, I feel fucked. And it was this thing where I was like, if I leave right now, like someone's gonna do this shit, like
Oh.
for sure. And so I got to do it right now. And he was like, you're not quitting. Like you have to do this. And I was like, fuck. Like and he's like, I got like the photo's done. Like we got it. Like you have to do it. And like so thankful that he was there to like help me out. But yeah, I definitely was talking a little shit. I was like, "You got this? You sure you can shoot this?" But
That's too
Yeah.
he
sick.
killed it. He killed it. I can't
Yeah.
even I haven't. Yeah, I can't even talk shit. He killed it. So
Legend.
I,
shouts out to Bailey for real. That's my guy.
I
Dude, big
forgot
shout out
about
to Bailey. Hooked up a lot of info and lots of stories. And yeah, big shouts to Bailey for the help with the interview, man.
Yeah, it's like that's the dude that I like moved out here with. He's like been, he shoots all like the primitive dudes, and he's been shooting like Nike stuff, April stuff. He's shot like real ads of like his shot, and he shot my pro ad, and like
Damn.
he's the one dude. He's so epic.
Killing it.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't shot a skate photo in forever, but I forgot about that dynamic when they get their nice still, and then like to them it's like, oh, they've got some money in the bank if you just land it, and like they're just that pressure kicks in, and you're like, yo, trust me, I want to land it too.
Yeah, they're like, I nailed it, so like it's your turn.
One more that I want to go behind the scenes on. Back nose blunt, legendary spot. Ashad just fucking hit the NBD at the triangle, nollie backside flip in, but I actually forgot until today that you hit it with the back nose blunt. How fucking terrifying was that first try and just that session?
It was pretty scary. You guys know John DiLorenzo?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I like talked about it with him for a while, and then my homie Steak, who's a filmer and he's from out there too. We talked about it for a while with him, and I was like, "Hey, I'm going to like Florida." My family found like a really good deal in this car, and my car was like out here was fucked up, so I flew back and like my family moved to Florida, so I went out there and we got this car, and my friend was flying in so he could help me drive it back across country, and I was like, let's just go down to Miami. Let's go skate Lot 11. Like, it's like a really good skate park out there. They just built it. You ever seen it before?
Yeah.
Lot
Hell
11?
yeah.
It's like, it
We've
has like a
skated it.
replica of Triangle. You
Yeah.
skated it?
Yeah.
Dude, best skate park ever? No? Yes?
It's up
Uh,
there for sure.
Yeah, it's up there.
It's-
That and P Rod's Park are probably like my top two.
The
and,
ones?
And Skate Loft in Toronto. Shout out.
Damn, I gotta pull up.
Yeah.
So we go down to Lot, and it was raining, and I was like, fuck. Like, we just drove 4 hours to Miami, and like, we can't even skate fucking Lot 11. Like, what are we gonna do? And I was like, I want to look at the Triangle. Let's go look at the Triangle. And we looked at it, and I'm like, kind of just like all these things in my head, and I was like, I remember because I talked about this the other day. I was like, I remember looking at the Hubba, and I remember thinking like, if I can't back nose blunt this thing, like, why do I even have this trick? Like, this thing, like, I don't know why I thought that, but that was like the mindset. And I remember the filmer that I was working with at the time, his name's Tyler. He lives in Boca, and he was there, and I was like, fuck, should we just link it with Tyler and stay with him, and then like, stay in Miami for a few days. We're already here, and then like drive back out after we do it, And so hung out with Tyler that night or whatever. Went back the next day, or maybe like skated a lot, and then went there. And I remember calling Foy about it because he skated it before, and I was like, how do you like, dude? You're popping from a point into like another point,
Yeah.
and so like the angle for like any trick on the ledge is really weird. And the whole time I was like, I called him. I was like, how do you hit this thing? Like, what do you do? And he was just telling me like, just hug the curb, just hug the back curb the whole time. Like that's the angle that'll take you to the ledge.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And when you're hugging the curb, it doesn't line up with the hubba, so it almost feels like I'm like alling backwards to the hubba. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like I'm not
Yeah.
alling at it. I'm alling like behind me to it. Like alling back and then putting it in. And I was too scared to even grind it. So I just like ollied into it a bunch of times, and then kind of just started throwing them. And like I just slid a few booger ones. Like I just waxed like damn near like the hubba and like some booger, and I was just like sliding down just to get the feel of it. And then like when I felt like I was ready to like untuck my tail to just hug the corner, and it's so funny. There's a video of like it's Foy and Nikolai, and they're on FaceTime as I'm trying it, and like the screen recording is so funny. And they got the one where I landed, and they're all like freaking out in this house or whatever. Foy said he fucking put it on the TV, so he was just like watching it on the TV, like the session. And we got it. Like, it just worked, and like, yeah, it was terrifying for sure. And then it worked really well. My biggest regret almost was I waxed the hubba too much because I was scared to stick. But like when I was trying it, I was just slipping out so much because it's like marble, it's fresh marble. So wax on that was just like,
You're
dude,
gone.
it was like hurting me almost, you know. And then we got it, drove back home, and then we had plans of my homie Spitzer, who's also from Florida, was like, I want to shoot it, this and that, like let's go back. And I was like, fuck, I'm down. So like made another trip back to Florida, and he flew out and he shot it, and like it was so much scarier the second time to try it than the first time. Something about like you can't like pose a photo. You have to just go for it, you know. And that
Yeah.
hubba, I can't like I couldn't just like throw it and then jump off. It was like I had to go for it again, like fully. And I almost did it
Mm-hmm.
again the second time, but dude, it was terrifying. Uh, one of those tricks that like I'm really glad like we got under the belt because
Yeah.
uh, it's such an epic spot and like it's not even skatable anymore. So like, and it's one of those things where like I was like, how has dude so many tricks have been done on it? How is like back nose but not been done yet? You know, like
Yeah.
so I'm really stoked that we got that one. That's like worked out like kind of randomly from like going out there to buying a car and skating lot 11 to like
Yeah.
getting to skate the triangle.
Yeah. And hitting it with a banger. Dude, that thing is scary as fuck. We've been to Miami a bunch of times and I don't think any of us have even hopped into that thing. We just always end up going there and just looking at it. We're like, all right, that's our regular visit to the triangle. Okay. Get out of here now, you know?
I think it's just
Uh,
scary, like, because you're awing at this fucking point. So,
yeah.
like, it's just, like, scary and it's, like, hard in the eyes, you know?
Yeah. The point to point is
Yeah, it's
fucking
not really welcoming
terrifying.
to, like, look at, to, like, try a trick, but
No,
it kind of works.
but it looks incredible.
Yeah, look, it's such an epic spot for sure.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
Nollie backside flip, I was also there for that. But
Jesus.
I'm gonna say right now that a shot takes the cake for the most fucked up trick on triangle.
Yeah. That thing is
Because if
fucked, man.
you guys know that it's a curb up there, you have to pop before the
Yeah,
curb,
over a curb, yeah.
over a curb, and then over the point, and then like not too far to clear the triangle, but like enough to where it's like you're not gonna clip it,
Yeah.
dude. And you're blind. Like he got smoked one of those tries,
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
like shook the ground type, you know.
Oh,
And then he got back up and just did the fuck out of it, like and the way it
jeez.
like a shot does anything, just like perfect, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was wild.
Yeah.
I was in town and I met him, I think that same night. He came to the bar after and was definitely hyped. But he's like, I did the first like backside flip trick into it. And then my skate nerd brain had to tell him Bastion backside flipped into it back in the day. But he did. And he's like, okay, the first Nollie
Fucking hell.
backside flip trick. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Jesus Christ. You just couldn't help yourself, eh? You had to be like, you know, I respect it. It's not actually the first. So, aside from coming to the Bunt Jam this summer, you know, skating, hopefully take the real basketball team to the next level. What's next for Patrick, man?
Kind of knocking at just another part. We're talking about there's a few plans. I don't think Real wants to do like single projects right now. We're kind of more focused on like projects with like a few of the team. So like
Sick.
maybe like another 3 seasons, or maybe like focus on like me and another person. I don't even know if I can
Mm-hmm.
like give it away yet. Um, but I really want to go and skate home. I want to go to DC and I want to skate the city. Like
Sick.
it's been a long time, and I want to skate the East Coast. I want to go to Philly. I want to go to New York. But like right now on the agenda is going back home and skating the city. So I'm kind of waiting until winter kind of moves past and like wait
Mm-hmm.
till it gets like not as cold and shitty over there. And yeah, I'm going back to the city. And I want to film like a lot of stuff in DC and Virginia.
Hell yeah.
Just like uh yeah, it's been so long since I've been there, and like I haven't really ever got a chance to film at like Pulaski really. So I
Mm-hmm.
think if I'm like from there, like I gotta go home and film. You know,
You gotta fuck it up a little bit, man. Pulaski's
gotta,
fucking one of a kind.
dude, it's like such a gem. It's so epic,
Mm-hmm.
and like I left home like had a conversation with my homie from back home, and he was saying like when you left home, you were just like a little like rail skater, you know, and now I feel like I'm like a different skater. So I like want to go home and like skate the city. It's gonna
Hmm.
be like really looking forward to that, and it's been on my mind for so long. And we checked out Thailand already, so next is like DC and Virginia. That's like the
Oh yeah.
goal, and just
That's
like
what's
working on
up.
another project. That's like
Hmm.
yeah,
Well, keep us posted because we're planning on going there either summer or fall when it's a little cooler. I've
Dude.
to
never been
DC.
down there.
Yeah.
Donald's been there. Yeah,
Yeah.
Donald's been, and our video producer Jay fucking lives there. So yeah,
Sick,
got to line up a trip for
dude.
2024 for
You
sure.
gotta go. Pulaski's epic, and DC like as a city is really good for like skate trips. Like it's not.
Yeah.
It has spots, and it's not too crazy packed with spots, but like you can hit everything, and like it just like looks really cool in footage. DC is
You
so
can
sick.
kind of just like skate around. You don't really like
Yeah,
need a whip or anything. Yeah. Midsummer, Pulaski could be like the hottest place on earth though.
for
Like
sure, dude. It
it
gets
is
so
fucking
humid.
rocking there for some like
Yeah,
I don't know what
that's
it
like
is.
that's that
Yeah.
East Coast humidity, dude. It's just
Yeah,
fucking.
it's
You just walk
fucking
out, you're in a
crazy there.
sauna.
Hmm.
But like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to find
Yeah.
the happy medium of when it's like perfect. So maybe I shouldn't go in like June or whatever, but like somewhere before it gets too hot, you know?
Yeah. I went in the spring one time and it was proper. I went to watch a Washington Capitals game actually down there. It was
Sick.
sick. Yeah.
How they do?
Well, they were playing our Toronto Maple Leafs in the playoffs. And
Oh,
Washington won
doucher.
for fuck's sakes.
So they're pretty good
Made
then.
the trip all the way down there to see my boys lose, but what
Fuck.
else is new with the Leafs? Well, yeah,
Damn.
we're definitely trying to get back to Washington, so definitely keep us posted, man.
Sick. Hell yeah. I would love to see it. It would be cool if we can line it up.
I can feel the heat from here.
All right, Patrick. You know what time it is? A little rapid fire, bruv. You ready to make it pop?
Let's go.
Favorite skater?
Shima Ferguson.
Ooh.
Favorite video?
Minefield.
Favorite video part?
Jeremy Liabres made chapter 1.
Damn.
Ooh.
That's like the one I probably
So
watched the
good.
most.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Favorite style?
Antoine Dixon.
Yeah.
For days. For days.
Hell yeah. Which skater had the biggest influence on the way you skate?
I want to say as I was younger, you know when you're in that period of your life where you watch skate videos and it starts to like actually influence you and like it makes you want to like skate certain things. I think it was like doing probably the Stay Gold era, and I just like loved Figgy's part, and I like he's kind of like the reason why I even like want to hop on a handrail, you know. And then as I
Mhm.
got older, it was kind of more like Ishad. He's just super well rounded and like has really good form and just looks so good on the board. Like, yeah, probably those two.
Most talented skateboarder on planet Earth?
Don von der Linden.
Whoa.
Favorite trick?
It's got to be the Nollie heel, dude.
Butter.
Yes. That's some Gulia Mamalu Antoine Dixon shit right there, bro. Hardest trick for you?
Dude, the kickflip for sure.
Really?
And it's like I can kickflip, but it's like I can't do it good, and I can't do it consistently, and I can't do it into anything. Like it's so hard. So, and it's been hard my whole life. So I'm gonna just say the kickflip.
Damn, I never noticed that watching your shit, but
I mean, like nollie flips and switch
interesting.
flips and all that other stuff work, but like to have a good kickflip and to like do it into shit and like,
So
dude, it's
fucking
not
hard,
there
man. It's
for
annoying.
sure.
And you either got it or you don't. That's the worst part. Like,
You gotta just accept it. I don't got
yeah.
it.
Been
It's all
working on
good.
that shit for 20 something years and it's still a struggle.
Like you can kickflip for sure, but you probably like don't have like you probably like want the one, you know? Like
No,
you
but
want it,
it's
you know
like
how it should
both
look.
kickflip and fakie flip. But it's like, why is it easier to nollie flip or do a better nollie flip than a fakie flip? Like,
It's just how it is, dude. I don't know.
fuck. And then you see people with the kickflip and you're like, yo, I fucking
Dude,
hate that guy.
I grew up around some of the best kickflippers, you know, like Chris Weimer, like Gage
Yeah.
Boyle. Like,
Oh, damn.
dude, I've seen the kickflips where I'm like, I don't got it. I don't have it. I'm not even
Yeah.
close to it.
Yeah.
most illegal trick?
I'm gonna say like the Ford flip or the dolphin flip, whatever you want to call it. That shit is not aging like fine wine.
No,
We don't
it's
even need
fucking
that.
busted.
Damn. Shots fired at a true, real OG, Darrell Stanton.
Ah, sorry, man.
Favorite clip you've ever gotten?
For sure, the nollie back overcook on
Ooh.
Cyclops. Dude, it's fucking that thing took me 2 years. I remember trying it like years ago and I died. I stuck it and then I died and that took me out for the whole trip and then I didn't go back until like 2 years later and kind of just like on some like kept me up at night type shit, you know?
Oh, haunting you.
And then we went back and I tried it the first day we got. I went on back with on a real trip and Bailey was shooting it also. And I tried it the first day, stuck it, got close, got smoked. Took me out the whole trip. My foot, the bottom of my foot was like black and blue, like it was fucked.
Oof.
And then tried it on the last day. Cops kicked us out. The team left for Tampa Pro. I stayed behind. Went to the chiropractor, got worked on, and then went back one more day. It's at a gymnasium too, so it's like super busty. And that day was the only day it was closed. And yeah, we went back the last time and I tried it and it worked. And like, yeah, that was probably the best feeling like right away I've ever had. And so stoked that one worked out. Called the boys on FaceTime afterwards and like they were all like at dinner like, yeah. I was so
That's
stoked.
sick.
Yeah, that spot seems like just next level terrifying, and like even if you land 100% perfect, the impact might just be too much. Like it seems like you almost need to fluke it out somehow to ride away from that thing. So
Sometimes it feels like it's not even like up to you of how like you're like I can just try this a million times, but like I just gotta get lucky on one, you know?
Yeah.
And like with how much that thing was like, the drop was really fucking me up, and the one we landed was like the ideal, you know. I landed, I didn't touch my hand, I didn't do anything sketchy. I wasn't like, you know, I landed and I rode away, and then one of the few times in my life I didn't hit anything, and I just pushed off in the parking lot, and like I had like a bunch of homies there, and they were all fired up. So it was like it was really cool. That trick made me like put me through the ringer, dude, for sure.
Yeah.
Damn. You know which one was crazy on that I think I'm remembering correctly? It was, I think, did Trevor Colden do backtail to regs?
He backtailed it at night, I think, too.
Damn.
Because turning out that 90 seems like it would be so hard. Like most tricks, there's just like a straight drop kind of trick where like you're more ready for the impact, but turning like a backtail back to regs with that much impact would probably be so fucking hard.
Dude, yeah, backtail was beast.
Yeah. A shod 180 switch crook of pain too.
Yeah, so that trip was the trip where I tried it the first time, and he did it that trip, but he stuck it so many times that he was like scraping his ass all crazy or something, and he like didn't skate the whole trip. And I remember one of the days he was like couldn't sleep that well, so we were staying at J Brock's on that trip, and then he was like, I can't sleep that well, and like so he went and got a hotel and just slept like with his cheeks out, so he could just like air it out. Yeah. But he did it though, so like yeah.
Yeah.
Worst trend you've been a part of?
Probably wearing like pants that were way too skinny for me, or like, and I didn't even know this was a trend until like I haven't been doing it, you know. But I was just skating with my keys on my fucking pants for so long.
Oh yeah.
And then like. And then now I'm looking back, I'm like, what the fuck was I like? I see footage now, I'm like, what the fuck was I doing?
Dude, Brad Cromer hates that one, man.
Yeah, I think I just didn't want to lose my fucking house keys, bro. And then like it just came this thing where I like just put it on all the time. There's footage of me skating in fucking like London, and I have like my keys on me. I'm like, what am I doing?
That's OD. Right?
That's the one.
So
gnarliest trick you've ever witnessed?
The one that comes to mind is I watched Clive Dixon nose blunt Staples Center.
No.
Yeah,
holy
dude.
shit.
I remember Kyle picked me up that day, and like we went there, and I thought we were just gonna go skate LA or something. And we pulled up to Staples Center, and like literally he just had these 2 lawn chairs in his trunk, and we just like took the lawn chairs out, and I just like sat across the street and just watched him fucking nose blunt Staples Center. It was so epic.
Christ.
And he did the shit out of it too.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I remember we were having a debate.
Yeah.
What would you, it was like for $1 million or something, what would you rather like actually have to commit to, nose blunt or kick front 50?
Oh my god.
And
what'd you guys say?
A pretty tight
I forget
debate.
what I said now.
I think I said kick front 50 because it's easier
I can't kickflip,
bunt.
so I'd have to try nose blunt, I guess.
I think I gotta go with the nose blunt, dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
But also like I watched him try it. So he would like throw it in, and if he didn't like it, he would just like I don't even know how he did it. He would just run down the hubba,
Oh,
Wow.
and then he like stuck a few, and then he just did the fuck out of one. But like
that's fucking
I can't
twisted.
even imagine like the tries for the kickflip front grind. I don't even know how that would work.
Yeah, we're gonna need some raw files on that one, bro.
Mhm.
What's the one trick that got away?
Ah, dude, there's a lot. But the one that got away was I went to Australia recently on a New Balance trip, and I tried to nollie inward heel over the Martin's Place rail. Dude, I went back 3 times in one trip for this fucking trick.
Which one's that rail again?
The one that Chima switched straight over and back three'd over, like alley oop.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah. Dude, now I'm looking
Damn.
back, I'm like, I should just fucking try a different trick. But we just like started trying nollie with heels, and I was catching them, and I stuck a few, and like, yeah, dude, I went back 3 times on that one trip for that shit, and they would just like humble me every single time, you know?
Damn.
Like
Are
that's the
you
one
going
that
backside?
I was going backside, so the rail's behind me, backside over
Yeah.
it, like that way. And
Mm.
yeah, I wanted it so bad, dude. I remember one of the times it was like perfect weather. It was like sunset, like the birds were fucking flying. All the homies was at the landing. I'm in Australia. I'm at Martin's place. Like this is like it's
This is
time. Like this is it, you know. And like I tried. I couldn't do it. Like broke my board on a few tries. The homies like helped me set up another board, and like yeah, I went back 3 times for that shit, and I couldn't do it. So maybe like if I go back, maybe we'll revisit it, or maybe just try a different trick. But like that one got away for sure. I didn't get it.
What's the biggest bunt you've ever witnessed?
Dude, I gotta throw the homie under the bus, dude. My friend Alex, he grew up skating this park in Santa Ana. It's the same park that Frankie Villani grew up skating. And there's this like big like 11 rail there, and he just never grinded it. And like it's become this thing now where like he's definitely claimed it. He's gonna tell me he didn't claim it, but we've been there with him, and he's like fucking running up at it, and I'm like, dude, just fucking do it, like. And it's become this thing now where like we're all just, dude, it's definitely like we're definitely bullying him a little bit for sure. But he's like, I'm like, dude, you fucking claimed it, like you got to do it now, like.
Damn.
And so like, if you grow up at this park, like you
It's
gotta
a rite
grind the
of
rail, bro. Like,
passage.
he's worked with it. He's worked with it. He's lip slid it. It is the rite of passage. You know what I mean? Like you gotta like you can do it, bro. And he's like, yeah. So I've been giving him a lot of shit. He's probably gonna hear this and be so bummed.
Nah,
But like,
nah, some
Yeah,
pressure.
it's all
now
good.
everybody
Like,
knows, man.
Hopefully it forces him to do
yeah,
it.
that's the biggest bump for sure.
Yeah, force
But,
Alex,
dude,
man.
I would be so stoked if he did it. I think all the homies would be so stoked if he
How
did
old
it.
is he now?
Yeah. Now all the listeners
Yeah.
will too.
He's
Come on, dude.
he's 20. He's 28.
Oh, right in his prime, man. Come on, Alex. You know
For
what
sure.
time it is.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now's the
Now he
time.
has to do it. He's gonna hear this shit and like, yeah. Hopefully, or he could just not. I don't know.
No. He's got it. We believe in you. Bunt gang, we want to see it.
Let's go.
We'll post it on our
Let's
shit.
go.
Post it on our story, 100%. You got that.
Let's go. Let's go.
What's the last new trick you learned?
Finally pulled the trigger on switch heel front crooks. I was so scared to put my weight in for so long. I was scared to like throw it and then go over and then do the backflip or whatever. And I just tried it one day and it worked.
Choice trick. What's your dream job after skating?
The dream is to like just make enough money and just like invest it or like in some property or something where the money's making itself.
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe like owning some property or like apartments or something. But if not, like I would love to work with like design or like music, you know.
Favorite local brand?
Window Seat Studio Works. It's my friend Leif owns it, and he just makes like really cool apparel, like cool tote bags and like little like stuff like that. So shouts out to the Window Seat.
Favorite local skater?
Gotta say Christian Yepes. That's my OG.
What's the one sponsor you regret riding for?
Probably Altamont. And I rode for Altamont when it was like not like
When it
the
was
Altamont
fire?
that like when it was fire. I did not ride for the Altamont when it was fire.
Okay.
But like you look back at footage and you're like, I'm like wearing like Altamont long sleeves on my fucking like arms and like whatever. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, you know. But also when you grow up and you you like perceive it a certain way, and then like when I was getting clothes and I got on, it was like so different than what I grew. You know, it wasn't Theotis and Figgy and Reynolds. It was like a whole different. You know.
Yeah.
Favorite teammate ever?
I'm gonna have to say Herman, my jolly Norwegian homie.
Oh, that Herman. I was like, damn, what were you teammates with? Brian Herman.
Not Brian
Yeah,
Herman.
Steen.
Hermestena.
Oh, Stena.
Steen. Everyone in America says it's like dude. I just asked him today how to say it. He said it to me and I forgot it. But it's like Stena or Stene or it's something like that. But it's like everyone in America just says Steen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry,
like,
Herman.
yeah, he's the best.
Sorry, Herman. We had him on the pod. Actually, love that guy and hope he comes to the Bunt Jam too. He'll have to tell us
That'd
how
be
to
epic.
pronounce his name, and then we can yell it in the mic all weekend.
I'm sure we said Steen like 100
Oh,
times
for sure.
in the interview.
Worst teammate ever.
I'm gonna have to say Zion, dude.
Oh shit.
He threw me under the bus, so I'm gonna just shoot it right back. So I'm gonna have to say Zion.
Hell yeah. It's all love. We love Zion. I'm sure you guys are good
Yeah.
homies. Did he say you were the worst
love
teammate?
Zion. He said I was the worst teammate.
Oh shit.
I got sent that clip and I was like, what
Payback
the fuck?
time, bro.
Yeah, fuck you, Zion.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah.
Worst company.
I mean, look, the Uma, Fair Uma is pretty bad. Or fucking, I mean, that's like the cop out, right? But like, I don't know. I don't want to throw another brand under the bus. Like maybe like Powell or something.
Dude. Oh man, the most innocent brands.
Yo.
Fucking Powell,
Man
been
dropped
around
the
for
cop out, but
300
then
years.
came back for
Yeah.
more.
Oh shit.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
Worst trend.
Dude, no names in the videos is pretty bad.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Like, especially when it's like a homie video or it's like a new video or like just people that I don't really know, and I'm like, you know what I mean? Like,
You would like
it
to
doesn't
know.
hurt to put the name in
Yeah.
the videos, and I get it's like maybe not aesthetically the most pleasing or whatever, but it's like, dude, it doesn't hurt at all.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
Worst style.
you guys know who that kid Sora Shirai is?
I don't think so. No.
He has crazy ass tricks, you know what I mean? But then like,
Mm-hmm.
I think we're at like one of those street league like qualifiers at like maybe the Primitive Park or maybe it's another contest. I watched this dude 5-0 the rail, just a front 5-0 down the rail, and it looked so like unnatural and like weird and like, but he could like 270 nose blunt flip out or some shit, you know?
Oh yeah.
But then
Yeah.
then you like front 5-0 and it looks like that, and you're just like, yeah, I'm good. Like,
Yeah.
it looked, dude, it's just they're here for points, man, and
Yeah.
it's gonna look shitty. So
Yeah, it's a business, man.
Last but not least, bro, we're at the finish line. Last person you want on the sesh.
I'm gonna have to say Steve Barra.
Oh, damn.
I'm gonna say Steve Barra, dude. Trying to be honest over here, dude.
Yeah. All right, Patrick, that's going to wrap up the interview, man. Can't thank you enough for stepping inside Studio E, bro.
Hey, thank you guys. It's an honor. I'm stoked I finally got to do one, you know. And
Yes, sir.
hey, I'm pulling up to the Bunt Jam.
Woo!
Hopefully this summer, dude. Come on.
Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
Let's
In
go.
the building.
Jim, you heard the man. Let's get him up here. Yeah.
Shit. Pulling it out.
He wants to get dunked on.
Hey, Real's taking it this year.